There are many reasons, but several of those we traced are due to the fact that we present nation state, basically. And the point that the territory to be represented for this sort of negotiation is not nation space. I mean, everyone knows that. It's not universal either, but it has different type of connection. Air, land, pollution don't have the same representational territory. And for those new territory which are entangled, there is no real representative, because all these representatives are put into science, which is another assembly, which is not actually sitting with the heads of state. And we have a very distorted system of negotiation, where we have half of the negotiation is done between scientists who ended up in a sort of vague consensus as sort of standardized and simplified as possible. And then you have the head of state. When the politicians arrived in Copenhagen in 2009, they eliminate at the end all of the document, and they try to rework out a highly simplified version on classical geopolitical science. So the very separation between science and politics, which seems to be a good idea to separate science and politics, is one reason why it never worked. Because you have half of the spokesperson are not there. And of course the second big reason is that the question of scale are not at only one scale, which would be, I don't know, sort of United Nations type of assemblages. There are lots of other compositions, and those compositions at all sorts of scale are not really represented, and also because it's very difficult to represent. And the third question is, of course, that the non-human, that is rivers, seas, mountains, etc., glaciers, don't have really standing in the legal sense of the word. So we are dealing with a representational system which is inherited from the old politics of the 20th century, but which has no sort of grasp on what the century, the 21st century requires. Gaia is not represented.